So in today's episode, the aim is to target some Corvids, namely magpies, crows, jackdaws. They're a crafty foe and a worthy challenge for any air gunner. So what I'm doing now, just getting the kit ready for in the morning. Plan is, I'm targeting magpies in the morning. Fill my rifle up, topped up to 200 bar. Just gonna top my magazine off, have a couple of practice shots for lose daylight, just make sure I'm accurate. Plan for tomorrow, like I say, it's Corvids, magpies and crows. I've got a perfect hide already set up. It's a building, a natural stone building. So they used to it, it's always been there. And there's like a perfectly cut out, slitted stone building, like a small little window. I'll be able to utilise and shoot out of that. So the location's perfect. There's a lot of magpies, a lot of crows in the area. Weather's gone really cold, so ground's going to have frozen as well. Now with ground freezing, means they can't do the usual scratching about looking for bugs and stuff like that, and worms and snails. And so that food source, which magpies really and crows, they rely on a lot of insect life to keep them going. So with that gone in winter months, it increases your chances as an hunter by baiting them and targeting them during winter months. That's them done. Like I say, I've probably got an hour daylight left. So I'll just take a couple of test shots, zero shots. I think they'll be bang on, to be honest with you. Rifle's been bang on for a while now to make any adjustments whatsoever. So I'll get the kit bag ready. So I've got my gloves, I've got my snud. Now what I want to put in here is a few bits and bobs that I'm going to need. So let's get them found and I'll show you what I'm taking with me. So I've got here a torch, so that will make it's going to be dark in the morning. I always like to get satin hide while it's dark. Best thing with magpies and crows and corvids, don't let them see you get into the position. Knife, always take a knife with you. Got a multi-tool, and I've got these pliers. Taking them for a different application. The squirrel feeder on this permission. It needs front opening up a bit so that feed can come out a bit better and keep squirrels interested. So I'm just taking them, and I'll do that as a last resort when I'm finished and just sort that out. So I'll put these in my trouser pockets, make sure I've got them. Like I say, biggest thing is preparation. So day before, get all your kit together in plenty of time. Get prepared, and then you don't forget anything the next morning, because you can guarantee that you'll need something. That's that for now. That just needs a flask and whatever you need in the morning. But I'll show you. Spin camera around. Over here, I've got a fridge and a freezer here, but I've also got another freezer that's down here. In this freezer, I've got all my rabbits, all squirrels, pigeons, pheasant, all ready to eat, all butchered. In this one, in this freezer, I always keep my decoys. So, I've got a squirrel here, squirrel that I've saved. That'll be used for bait. What I'm looking for is, that's a jackdaw. Let's see what I've got in this bag. There we go. In here, magpie. Got a couple of magpies in here, a few jackdaws. So what I'll do, So I'll keep that magpie out. Put that back in there. I know that's a jackdaw. Now what I'm looking for bait. It's in there. I'll take that squirrel as well. So for tomorrow morning, I've got squirrel for bait. Got a magpie for one at cradles, decoy cradles. I've got a jackdaw there. So what I'll do with these, I'll wrap them all together. And I'll just leave them in my sink area over here. And let them slowly start to defrost, ready for morning. One other thing I've got to do, these are a new purchase. Let me spin you around, sorry about my hand being in the way. I bought some cradles, ready made. I think these are designed for wood pigeons really. But let's take a look. I'm just going to have to snip these, so I'll come back to you in 1 minute. Need them as well for morning. Secateurs, just cleared a few bushes where I'm shooting at, so good job went by for them, because again, I'd forgot them. Put them on, take that off. So I'm going to want 2 of them tomorrow. I'll put these ones out over there. With me, come back. So what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to adapt them. That bit's fine, that bit'll be fine, so I'll do, squeeze body in, make it a bit thinner. That needs cutting down, so a magpie, because a wood pigeon be fine, because you put body at bird here, and you stretch neck up, with head resting on there. Magpie's smaller, so what I need to do is really I need to cut that in half, and this wants to be bent back that way. I squeeze body of this in, squeeze it in a bit. Oh, I use a bit of brute force. That'll hold that one. So same with this one really. Squeeze body in. Snip that up. That'll go straight in ground. This pole here, bird will sit on there, that'll be bent back. Let's get them cut up and I'll show you what I mean when I finished it. Simple way, like so. See where I've shoved body in. Cut it about there, just bend it back. Easy to do. Do second one. Let's move it around a bit so you can hopefully see a bit what I'm doing. Probably go. There you go. Simple. So, go back to my multi-tool. In fact, don't need that one. Use these pliers. If anyone's interested in these, they're just off eBay. Like I say, I think they're designed for like crows and magpies. I'll just lift that up slightly. That's it, they're ready for morning. Pinch that one back a bit. That's it. And that's it, that's that done. Like I said, it's all about preparation. I don't know how many times I say it on my channel. They'll be ideal. They'll go in ground, birds will sit on them, they'll look lifelike. I've got my squirrel for bait, I've got my knife, so I'll slit that squirrel open, lay it out. With a decoy, a magpie and jackdaw, it should do the job. They're both strangers to area, so both them birds weren't shot on that territory. So if you don't get a response because of the bait, you're going to get a response because of two strange birds being in another magpie or jackdaw's territory area. That should be enough to get them to come and mob it, and you get some shots off for that reason as well. So I'm all set up. Let's go and test the zero on rifle, and then I'll see you after my next video, hopefully when hunt's gone successful. Unfortunately, this first hunt didn't go to plan. That distance rat liver magpie, the closest I got to magpies. There were probably 15 or 20 magpies sat on a roof directly in the building that I were sat in, but they just won't commit. However, I did get opportunity at a crow, which were about 45-50 yards away in a tree. Took it in out a long shot, had a little bit of a flap around, and it did come to rest about 100 yards away. I also managed a jackdaw off a chimney, so it weren't totally unsuccessful. However, what I did, I went back 4 or 5 days later, changed my tactics, and I positioned inside this bungalow, targeting Corvids and anything else that turned up as well. So this is my shooting position. Nice comfy chair, looking out a window. With trigger sticks just in case I need them. There's a wall outside there that can block view a little bit, so I can get a little bit higher with them. Excuse dog. Usual rifle, Sporter 4K Pro scope. I use a Sony Handycam HD camcorder to film a different perspective. So I'm inside bungalow. I've got a magpie in a cradle with a squirrel as bait, about 25 yards away. You just see it over the edge of that wall. I've seen a distinctive white and black flash, and magpies come down behind this wall. I'm just searching for it now. I know it's there. It takes off. Again, I'm looking for where it went. It positions itself behind this big branch of a tree. It stayed there for what, 3 or 4 minutes probably. So I've cut some of that footage out. You just see it, little bits of movement. It's looking down at decoy, it's looking at squirrel. What it decides to do is fly from there to another branch. Just on the left hand side, I'm just lining up. I'll take that one nice and clean with out a long shot.
keep each other warm, yeah? It's a deal. Yeah, is that you on camera? Is that you on camera? Yeah, man.
I've seen another magpie. I think it's bullet mate at first one, or part of the same family. It's come down to investigate why his comrades laid on floor. Eyes behind this holly bush. Another out and long shot. It takes about 10 seconds to expire. That second magpie down.
I don't know if you can see it, but got a bit of snow falling. Here's my view from Hyde. From bungalow, should I say. There's a bit of cardboard up at window. Old curtain. I've just got enough to see out. Get a wide field of view. The shooting bag just rested on windowsill. There's my Bakewell beast, the feeder. Holds about 50 kg of wheat. That's my decoy setup. Magpie setup in cradle. Brought a squirrel with me. It's done trick this morning so far. Some cradles work a treat. Set up nice. Looks lifelike. And it's full too this morning. So I'm really pleased.
About 100 yards to the left is a pile of stones. I've seen a squirrel coming, so I've been tracking it. Makes its way to holly bush. It's looking down at that magpie that's at the bottom of holly bush. It's making it wary, making it unsure. There's also a squirrel laid out as well, which will make it a bit more wary. Again, this process of tracking took about 4 or 5 minutes, so I've trimmed footage to make it a bit easier on viewing. Eventually it does decide to come to the bottom of holly bush, and slowly but surely it makes its way to the feeder. We're being jittery, I'm tracking it. I am thinking about taking a shot. It's some small head movements that can catch your eye, so I'm being patient. Got my fingers crossed it's actually coming to the feeder. You never know, could turn around, could run the other way. Seems intent on feeding. A minute it's out of view. Still tracking it. And it appears just a bomb at feeder. I've scattered a lot of wheat at bomb at feeder to track pheasants at feeder. I'll skip some more footage there. It did have a couple of minutes just feeding out spilled wheat. It decides to sit on top at feeder. At this point I thought we were going to run off, but then it comes back and presents me a front on headshot. I want prime off sticks at this point. Come off sticks, go back onto the shooting bag. And take it with a nice clean shot. Flicks off feeder, falls to the floor, and it's lights out.
Morning everyone. So far, it's not been too bad. I've got set up a little bungalow building, just peering out of the window. I've got a feeder about 25 yards in front of me. Of targeting magpies and squirrels this morning. Put a decoy out with a squirrel for bait. Managed to bag a couple of magpies first thing, at first light. And about half an hour after that, I watched a squirrel coming from about 100 yards away. He started feeding a bottom of feeder, I couldn't quite see it. Then I went to the top of feeder, I could just see its head. I managed to place a shot. That squirrel's just laid at base at feeder now, expired. Just in case of being quiet and see what else turns up.
I've noticed some movement to my left. It's 4 or 5 M pheasants coming into feeder. This is the reason that I spilt whole grain purposely on this permission. I've authority to take as many pheasants as I want. Make fine fodder for the table. So I'm lining up on first one. It's a nice clinical shot. Quick reload. Hoping for a second opportunity. That's a nice headshot. It's thrashing about, it's normal. It's just neurons in brain shutting down, as I've mentioned before. And for any shock quarry, last instincts to run. After a bit of thrashing about, they come to rest.
First pheasant that I shot has come to rest under that bush. Second one's out of view. Just down in that corner there. Both clean headshots.
So overall, not a bad session. Took off that feeder, or around that feeder. Needs to get established, this feeder. It's only been up a few months, but I expect a few more squirrels. But sometime it's summer, I move that feeder, and it's going to go right edge of that field, where that big patch of woodland is. There's plenty of materials on this site. I've got pallets. Tons of pallets, and I've got tarpaulins all over the place, so I've got all materials to build. I don't have to bring it here, just need to get it down into that corner there somehow. Well, and I'll do it, just a bit of brute force. When we get off, there's snow forecast here in to start in about half an hour, and I am out in sticks, so I want to make sure that I avoid it, that I'm home. First things first though, I'm just going to take dog for a little walk, give him a 10-minute stretch.